Nom Nom, the cute koala that just exudes cuteness the moment one looks at him. But in his world, he's more than that. Nom Nom has been an adversary of the bears for a while now, always using them for his own benefit, then disposing of them the moment he no longer needs their services. Nom Nom is nothing short of a fun-sized manipulator that hides behind his wealth and popular status the moment things go left. But he isn't above redemption, as the show has gone on to prove it time and time again. Nom Nom is a lot like Xavier from Craig Creek, who I previously did an analysis on, and how he uses money as a tool to get what he wants without knowing what it's like to get his paws dirty. What are you doing? Hey, this is my video.
But Dubs, Nom Nom is a koala, and they are naturally prone to being sluggish, as they require a lot of rest due to their low-calorie diet.
First of all, why? Just why would you do that? And second, yeah, that doesn't really apply here as this is fiction, and they made Nom Nom a lot more energetic and active, so that logic wouldn't really apply here. But I see what you were doing though, and do not interrupt my video again. But before I was rudely interrupted, what I want to achieve in this video, like in my normal videos, is I want to paint a different picture of the character and how there is more to him than just his surface level personality, especially in this unique circumstance of him being a celebrity, which plays into why he behaves the way he does and just what the pursuit of fame and attention can really do to a person. The first episode I'll talk about introduces Nom Nom's character and his relationship with the bears and just how he interacts with people around him. In the episode Nom Nom, we start off with Ice Bear preparing breakfast for his bros, and it just continues to amaze me how good and reliable Ice Bear is at almost everything, being that he is the youngest of the three. Grizz once again is scrolling through the web, consuming some of Nom Nom's content, as both Panda and Ice Bear are not really the biggest fan of his person already just from rumors of him. The bears end up meeting Nom Nom conveniently at their front door, where he's breaking down about his celebrity status being on the brink of declining. Already, it is clear that Nom Nom lives through his status as an internet sensation, constantly having thoughts about what he can do to stay in good grace of his fans by caring so much about, how the public views him. And this could have changed his personality for the worse, as he lost track of the person he himself was satisfied with, being despite the fact that his persona of being kind and sweet. Nom Nom pleads with the bears to allow him stay over for some time being, with both Grizz and Panda, welcoming him with open arms. In order to revive Nom Nom's career though, the bears decide to produce a movie. Ice Bear is able to discover Nom Nom's true motive though, in working with the bears. Nom Nom's unhinged, meticulous character is shown at full display here as he endangers the bears as they are at risk of being eaten by sharks. And your typical, rescue shenanigans occur as, Ice Bear comes to the rescue to save his brothers. But there is some good that comes out, of this whole debacle as Nom Nom's reputation is on the up and up again. This episode was supposed to do one thing and one thing only, which was to establish how selfish Nom Nom is as a character. You're not supposed to like him early on, but see that Nom Nom has parts of himself, he needs to work on. So this episode is rather short, but it does what it needs to do. Nom Nom, like we've gone over, has a lot of, let's just say emotions. And to further understand those emotions, the episode Anger Management will do. Like any other celebrity on the verge of spiraling, Nom Nom is forced to go to therapy if he wants to continue being an internet celebrity, but to no one's surprise, he sees no value in the therapy session, believing that it is wasted on him. The therapist decides to bring in trusty old Grizz, which makes sense because he's the closest thing to a teddy bear they got, so they decide to use Grizz to mellow Nom Nom down. Nom Nom is still not in the spirit of working together with someone like Grizz, but decides to get over it and work with Grizz as it will be good for him than it would ever be for Grizz himself. Nom Nom prepares for a rehearsal he has for a show he's guest starring in, and he just isn't fond of the place because of their over-the-top attitude, which could put someone like Nom Nom, who is essentially a non-social socialite, into a feral state. Nom Nom though didn't come unprepared, as Grizz accompanies him on set, being on standby if Nom Nom loses his marbles, specifically Grizz's signature bear hug that does the heavy lifting here. So as Nom Nom is rehearsing, he's able to remain calm and is able to recover his personality. It turns out Nom Nom no longer needs Grizz, once again showcasing one of the many flaws in his personality and character. But all hope isn't lost as he requests for one more thing.
How about one for the road?
Okay, but side note though, Nom Nom being that size, doesn't it feel kind of suffocating to hug Grizz, or is that a part of the hugs effect? But moving on, this episode I believe did a better job of not just highlighting Nom Nom's personality, but also revealing just how those character flaws in him affect his day to day, with anger being the most highlighted and main focus, but also showing that there is a side to Nom Nom that is genuine in search for a real friend and support, which shows that Nom Nom is still a character with feelings that isn't above connection. The next episode really establishes this fact, as he looks forward to reuniting with someone he hasn't seen in a while that could be closer to him than he ever imagined. In the episode Kyle, Nom Nom is going through his day-to-day as we see that his one particular bodyguard is always with him, making sure he's well accounted for, but this is Nom Nom we're talking about, so of course he takes it for granted, constantly belittling his work because he just can. And the lesson of not appreciating what you have before it's gone starts to apply here, as his bodyguard is fired by Nom Nom, to no one's surprise. But later on, we see that Nom Nom appears on a talk show trying to capitalize on the attention he has been garnering, as he receives an anonymous call from someone who claims to know a way for Nom Nom to get in contact with his long-lost brother, named Kyle. Nom Nom, someone who has been in lack of family, is immediately jovial about this call, as he finally has someone he can call brother. But the moment Kyle meets Nom Nom, I can already tell what his true colors were, as he was interested in Nom Nom's wealth, as he wanted Nom Nom to bite the dust so he can inherit all of Nom Nom's assets. And I'm sorry, but what were Nom Nom's team doing, allowing someone you don't even know near your client, who happens to be a celebrity and a millionaire, not just near but close to your client, without even running a simple background check on him to see if his information checked out, which is pretty weird to me. But we get into our typical shenanigans as Nom Nom and Kyle duke it out, with his security man coming to the rescue, leaving Nom Nom uninterested in the idea of having a brother, even a family. This episode is able to continue on with Nom Nom's not so great character traits, but gives us a refreshing side to him where we rarely see him, which is his desire for companionship and family, as he was happy the moment he knew someone that was related to him was out there, and the possibility of, meeting him. To Nom Nom, that may have felt out of this world, but with Nom Nom finding out the truth closed any potential hope he may have had regarding the concept of family and friendship, where to him, he just wasn't desired for one. It's heartbreaking that someone like Nom Nom had something he rarely looked forward to come crashing down on him, closing any doors of hope. This moment showed Nom Nom's vulnerability, in that he was still a being that suffered emotionally that his money and status can't protect him from. All hope is not lost though, because in the episode Nom Nom's Entourage, that hope is finally realized. The episode starts with the bears doom scrolling as they're looking through Nom Nom's content, as they always do, as they come across another fun-sized bundle of joy in Andy Bangs, who is a nemesis of Nom Nom in the internet space, as Nom Nom has tried to surpass him every chance he got. The bears amicably agree on both guys being just terrible people. Speak of the devil though, or should I say koala, get it? Back to the video. Nom Nom is, roaming the streets with his team as he runs into the boy of the hour, Andy Bangs. Jokes aside, that is actually a cool last name, I'm not even gonna lie. Andy and his entourage, though, begin to roast and stir-fry Nom Nom. I hope Peter isn't watching this, please. I just hope they're not. Yeah, Nom Nom is not able to keep up with Andy just because of the fact that
I'm your accountant.
Business manager.
Eucalyptus broker.
So Nom Nom once again contacts the bears, but instead bear naps them in broad daylight. He pleads with them to be his entourage. The bears just aren't on board though, as they've picked up on Nom Nom's patterns, knowing that he'll just dispose of them the moment he's done with what he wants or needs them for. But with a little bit of bribing and convincing, the bears concede. And we see that at first that this won't be easy, as they're just having a hard time flowing together. But the bears suggest to Nom Nom that they should start off from the basics, as just being friends, where they would need to establish a connection for there to be mutual trust and understanding between them. With the use of a training montage, we see that the boys are ready. They arrive at the club where where their presence just fills up the entire atmosphere as they enter the scene. Nom Nom and Andy Bangs go at it, with the bears now going in on the baby boy. But Andy is a sore loser and decides to resort to violence, calling his security team. The bears once again believe that Nom Nom is a horrible person, as they assume Nom Nom just flaked on them, as it was all a part of his plan though, to play a prank on Andy. Nom Nom though doesn't beat the allegations, as old habits die hard, where he once again disposes of the bears. But as Nom Nom begins deleting some photos they all share together, we see that he saves some and cherishes one, showcasing that Nom Nom is work in progress, who is certainly capable of change, but that change takes time. But he realizes that he has made friends, despite it not being who nor what he expected at all. He genuinely experienced not only what it meant to have friends, but also what it meant to be a friend, also bringing him back down to reality from his artificial, superficial celebrity life. This next episode, though, showcases more of Nom Nom's newly acquired appreciation for friendship and companionship, but also acknowledging that this is still Nom Nom and that it's a gradual, slow process. In the episode Vacation, we see that Nom Nom's house is being flooded with bereaved fans, and we see that this environment is getting to his head, as he even experiences a series of panic attacks. The doctor, shows up, giving Nom Nom this buzzer that indicates his panic attack episodes. The doctor suggests for Nom Nom to carry an emotional support animal to calm him down, and you guys couldn't have never guessed who it could have been. I'll give y'all a moment. Yeah, y'all are pretty good. Nom Nom doesn't like this idea at all, as he's still around Grizz, who he's not really fond of yet. In traveling for their trip, the boys arrive at the airport, where they have to keep a low profile for Nom Nom, as for the first part of it, it goes really smoothly, but later on things get wild, as his fans that make up the entirety of the airport, which is insane by the way, happen to be a fan. The boys have to go through vigorous lengths to survive, but Grizz is able to find a safe spot where they'll be able to escape. Unfortunately for them though, the pilot happens to be the crazy fan from earlier, and they are about to crash, and as they're falling, something interesting happens.
Oh, stop! You didn't ruin anything! You were pretty much the only real friend I had! I love you, Grizz!
Nom Nom actually tells Grizz how he genuinely feels about him, and the boys are able to make it to the resort safely. This episode solidified what I said earlier about Nom Nom truly craving for friendship, as he didn't, know that the mostly glossed over relationship with Grizz would be the most meaningful to him, where he underestimated how true friendship can complete him, being that the final puzzle piece to a puzzle. Nom Nom has been a character rather viewed as just a cute koala that made waves on the web, but people tend to forget that animals have emotions too, which by extension means that Nom Nom is welcome in having his own emotion that his money and status can't take away, and realizes that he is worthy of redemption. So yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of, Nom Nom character analysis on his character. He's a pretty funny character. I mean, I tend to like his little shenanigans with the bears. Some people find him quite to be annoying, but it's kind of the opposite with me. I find his little moments and flaws to be kind of charming in a way. It kind of makes him much more of a character, you know? So I want to know what you guys thought about this character analysis in the comment section down below. And I want to know what you guys thought about Nom Nom as a character, man. Aside from his cute name, what else do you know about the guy? I want to hear your comments in the comment section down below. And yeah, man, I've been loving these character analysis videos. I really want to thank you guys for the last video I did with Susie. That did some crazy numbers. You guys are incredible. I want to just say thank you guys for that. And yeah, man, I hope I see you guys in the next video. God bless. Peace.